This is an iPhone 4. So, before we get into seeing how good this phone is at durability, we're going to actually have a look at the phone's capability against objects which could easily scratch it. But before we do that, I want to show you that this phone fully does turn off and on, and it's a fully functioning phone with apps such as the camera app, which is actually not too bad. So I'm just going to show you on this phone. We can take videos, photos, and of course selfies. Now the camera isn't the best, but it is a reasonably good camera for this type of phone. Now it has just run out of battery, which is great because I can try and test it against a durability test. So what we're going to use for a durability test, we're going to use these scissors to scratch the surface, and we're going to see if the back glass using this is strong. We're also going to be using this, which is meant to open this phone up. However, sadly, this suction is not the best tool to open it up, so it's not working at the moment. So, firstly, let's start with the screen. Now, I've got this end of the scissors, as you can see, and I'm just scratching it along like this. As you can see, there is nothing going on right now. You can hear that, can't you? That is just the screen getting a bit scratched. But if I bring it up to the camera, you can see the damage is not that bad at all. It's mainly finger marks. And if I were to clean this screen, it's really, there's little to no damage, which just shows that the iPhone's original screen was quite strong, to be honest. I'm just going to continue stretching it. The home button, it's all fine, doesn't really scratch. Sides here, no scratching. On the screen, we are getting a few marks on this screen, which you can only see from a slight angle. I wouldn't notice them if the phone was on. You can see a few marks over there. By the way, this video is being recorded on an iPhone 16, so we're getting some of that as well. As we've got the phone here, we're going to turn it on its side, and we're going to use this tool to scratch some of these sides here. Have a look. So these sides scratch rather easily. So you can see, rather scratched. I'm just going to make some new marks over here, just to show you that it scratches quite easily, as you can see. This is the SIM card button, that's another topic. I'm going to turn it over, and as you can see, you've got the back camera, and this is back glass. Now, I tested some of this back glass off camera, and it is very strong. But before we test it, I'm just going to again show you to show you where the magnetic bits of the phone are. So all around the phone, the base of the phone is magnetic, and obviously there's no MagSafe over here, obviously. So let's get started on smashing this back glass and seeing if we can do it. So we're going to use this tool to start off with. I'm just giving it quite a bit of damage, and nothing is happening on the screen. I'm just going to lift it up so I can show you. There's no damage here. I'm just going to press a little harder. Still no damage, which just shows that this back glass is incredibly strong. It's quite a good phone, to be honest. I'm going to continue bashing it quite hard and nothing happens. Still fully functioning phone. So I'm going to now try with a scissor. It doesn't even scratch either because it's glass. It's quite well manufactured. As we can see, the back glass is very strong. I press down as hard as I can using this. Still no breakage. Smash again. No breakage. I'm going to take this outside and we're going to go throw it. Let's go. So I'm going to take this phone through a few durability tests. The first durability test is a throw on grass. As you can see, the screen is completely fine, and so is the back glass. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to throw it even higher into the air and see it crashing down. Let's go. And we're going to check it again. Screen is fine, so is the back glass. So grass doesn't really have an impact. However, now we're going to do this face down on grass from 6 foot. 3, 2, 1. Again, we look on the screen, and the screen is completely fine. And so is the back glass. So there's no damage on grass. Even if I throw it extremely high, I don't think there'll be much damage. 3, 2, 1. check it again. As you can see, screen is fine, and the edges are all fine too, and so is the back glass. Now, we're going to test it on a concrete surface, but before we do drop this phone on gravel, I'm going to tell you about this video's sponsor, Podmatch. Podmatch is an easy podcasting software application where you can partner with other podcasters. Now, let me explain how this works. You go online at podmatch.com, and on podmatch.com, you'll fill out a small survey about your podcast, and then your podcast will have similar podcasts, and their hosts will do a collaboration with you. I've used Podmatch for my podcast, Fortnite Focus, and by the way, that podcast is still continuing. I've just had a little break from it. So, the link is in the description for Podmatch. Thank you very much for sponsoring this video. So now we are on a gravel ground. As you can see, we're not on grass, and I'm going to be dropping this phone face down. First, let's drop it from about 30 centimeters down. I heard a crack, but again, we are completely fine. Now, I'm going to drop it from a 50 centimeter crack. Let's go. Let's have a look at it again. The rubble off gunk, completely fine. This screen is very durable on this iPhone 4. Now, we're going to do it from about half my height, and I'm about 5'6". So let's do it from here. 3, 2, 1. Pick it up. Again, we are completely fine. This screen is quite amazing. And finally, we're going to do it, not finally, but we're going to do it from around 5 foot. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that cracked the screen, the front of the screen. So about from 5 foot, you get a crack in the screen. We're going to have one more from my height and see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was a big crack. My God. As you can see, the screen is completely dusted. By the way, later we're going to see if we can turn it on again. But that iPhone, 4 is completely gone. Now we're going to move on to a back glass. Now the back glass is this glass on the back of the iPhone. And we're going to first drop it from my height, because this video needs to be below 8 minutes long. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I heard that. That was a big crack. And as you can see, the back glass is completely broken. Holy smokes. It didn't get that much up here, but it got quite a lot of damage down here. We're going to be trying to take this bit apart in a minute, but as you can see, it's quite destroyed. I'm going to try and drop it on the edges, because the edges so far have been completely fine. So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Just dropped it on an edge. Edge is still fine. So we're going to drop it on another edge. 3, 2, 1. And we dropped it on an edge. The edges are quite strong, mainly because they are metal and not glass. So the edges are quite strong. I can see we also have damage inside the power bank, the power port, just up there. So that's quite cool. And we're going to drop it one more back glass. We're going to throw it up in the air. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, that phone is now completely destroyed. Let's go and see if we can turn this phone on. So we have just finished destroying the phone. As you can see, the Apple logo is on, so the screen does still work. And holy smokes, we have just turned on the screen. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get in. Done the code. Wow, we are in this phone. It does say low battery, but the screen is not fully functional, but it definitely works. I'm getting glass all over my fingers, which is not a good thing. But the home button works. Yeah, home button completely works. And it's just turned itself off because it's so low battery. The back glass is also completely destroyed as an up close shot. So now we're going to be trying to take the back glass off and see what happens. So I'm going to be using scissors. It's going to be going inside this back glass. It's quite strong. So if you don't remember, earlier in the video we tested the strength of this back glass, and it was very strong, and it is still withstanding quite a lot of damage, even at some points of crack. We do have over here a crack in it. Let's try and open this up. We're going to get a different tool over here. Just going to try and... So, we've removed a tiny bit of back glass in that corner. As you can see, it's basically just a white piece of paper kind of over here, but as you can hear, it is broken. This is not fake. This is definitely broken. So I'm going to just continue trying to get in. Yes, so it's quite hard to do, but I hate these noises. I'm continuing to try. We've widened up the gap quite a bit over here. Oh, it's good sounds. This bit is still quite not broken, but I bet, no, it's still quite strong compared to this one. It's just breaking apart. The Apple logo is becoming completely destroyed. And that's a back glass of the iPhone. Now I'm going to move on to the front. This is the front glass of the iPhone. As you can see, it's definitely broken. It's got a big crack over here, which is where it first made contact. And this is also where it first made contact over here. So I'm rubbing it on. Now this front glass is actually quite strong. So we're not getting anything off it right now. But I'm sure if we had real tools, we would be able to get in. I'm just going to try one more time with the scissors. We're getting some movement, but not that much at all. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please smash the button, just like I smashed this phone onto the floor. This cost quite a lot of money to make, as I had to buy this new phone. So please consider subscribing. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.